Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday! It's time for another live stream. So I'm trying to liven up a little bit. I've been kind of bummed all morning. I'm tired. I had Taco Bell. So I'm trying to be cheery and happy, and I want to spend it with you guys. All my friends from around the world. I've got guys backstage that are dropping in. Let me pull them in. We'll say hi to chat, and we'll see what's going on. Here we go. Hey, Renee, what's going on?
Hey, Jerry.
Matt. Hey, Matt. How you doing?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, pretty good.
And Astro Printer Liam. What's going on?
You saved the best till last.
Oh.
How's everybody doing today? What a great day we're having.
I have a suggestion, Jerry. Kick him out.
I agree.
Hello, let's see. Kieran, Yoav had to go. Hello, Yoav, if you're still here. Betty Boot 45 in Florida. My wife Brandy. Hello. Let's see. Going down the list. Matt German is here. Renee is here. Bum 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 bum. SBC 3D. Hello. How you doing? Cape Town. What's going on, Cape Town? And 3D Print Newbie. Hey, buddy, where you been? How you been doing?
Cape Town is Jacko, isn't it?
Jackal, yes.
Yeah, Jacko.
Yeah, Jacko. Hello, Newbie. How you been? Haven't seen you in a while. So, what's new with everybody? What are you working on? What are you going to be working on? What's happening? What's up?
Glue.
I hope that's to stick stuff together and not sniff, right?
Yeah. It's for putting together plastic.
Did the component I print come in?
Hey, Gregory, how you doing?
Not yet. I don't know what to say.
You're very welcome for the filament.
I don't know what's going on. It is on its way. It was put in a box.
Yeah, I know.
Some of my Taco Bell started to come up on my throat here, so I got to re-swallow it and enjoy it again.
Well,
it was actually I put it inside 3 boxes, right?
Yeah.
I put it in a small box that was well padded, and then I put that box inside another box, and then I put that box inside another box. So there's, if it's not going to survive that trip, nothing ever will. Right,
exactly, and you threw it a few times against the wall as well.
Oh, right? It's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. It's not going anywhere if it is.
Jerry, with the Taco Bell, it's always a good thing. Then it's taste a second time.
Free meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to eat tacos when they're fresh. Later, if you nuke them for more than 30 seconds, they kind of get soggy. So, Gary T, what's going on? Hey, Gary.
Cape Town, Jacko, we asked so many times that when you came on about what your name was, that it's about time we remembered it.
And here we got somebody from down under. Hey, what's going on, Kieran?
Living the dream as always, Jerry.
How you doing?
Hey, Kieran, how are you?
That joke never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, now gun your feet to the roof and we might be happier, yeah.
Hello, Loopy.
Hang upside down like a bat.
Yeah, my Ender 3XL is 500 millimeters tall. I sold that this morning, and my TiVo Tarantula Pro. The lady about a month ago that bought my Ender 3 V2 wanted to know if I had more printers. She's been going printing all kinds of stuff. So I said she could have both of them for $300. So anyway, she came out this morning. I told her a lot of the different added features, add easy ABLs, filament runout sensors, things she's not familiar with. So I wrote down what I could. I invited her. You can always get a hold of me on Facebook if you have any questions. So anyway, they're gone, and I got 2 more I'll be getting ready to sell soon that are stock Ender 3s.
Nice.
Well, which means space.
The thing about Taco Bell, it's called fast food for a reason. It goes in fast, comes out fast. So.
Yeah, Kai Wu is sending me out their printer today. I think it's like 300 by 300 by 265, the build volume. It has something wrong with the hot end, so I don't know if it's a return to them or if they had it, if it got damaged while they had it. But UPS should be bringing it hopefully during the stream. And based on what it looks like in the box, I'll either live stream it or I'll do videos on it, one or the other. I got to wait and see.
Is that the max? No. What is it?
They call it a max. It's 300 by 300 by, I think it's 265.
Yeah, I think that's their max version.
When I look at those printers, they remind me of the old record player that would fold up, and you unclick it, and then the bed pulls down. That kind of reminds me of a record player the way it looks.
They're a bit like they look very like the Taz machines, the Lollipop machines. They're built with a similar solid frame. That's the one. The Kaiwu is the one that John did recently, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And then,
Betty, you're not there. Jerry's going to buy more printers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just
You're
got
shopping. He's shopping, right?
I got rid of 2 today. One a couple weeks ago, and like I said, I get printers for reviews. The whole point in getting stuff is to make videos and make content to help people out. So, and to help grow my channel. But if it was just for me, no, I don't need any more printers. But to make content, I need more stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll be a never-ending process as long as I'm on YouTube.
Oh, Flashforge Glider. Flashforge are a nice machine. They're a really nice machine.
Oh, Renee, can you put yourself on mute, please?
When you're signing,
It's
your mic is very sensitive.
Is it bad?
It doesn't bother me.
that's
The Harry is
torture.
trying Matt.
It's only Matt.
Well, now
Yeah.
she's fucking
I
back.
don't like this either. When
Yeah, keep
somebody
going,
goes
keep
to
going,
the
Renee.
Keep going. It's bothering Matt.
you know,
But keep going.
Give me toothache.
So I'm I don't know if any of you who do follow me on Facebook, but I'm 3D printing a rotary adapter for my lasers, for my diode and my CO2. So it's basically these 2 units. You bolt them. There's 2 holes that bolt it onto a surface, like a piece of wood, or screw it on. It will take 608 bearings in here. And there'll be threaded bar between these with the bearings on each end, and then I have there's a mounting here to mount your stepper motor directly in with a coupler on the back. So the stepper motor will be offset here. That'll drive one of the screws with the bearings on both ends, and the other one will just freely turn on its own with no driver on it. It won't need to. So, and I have covers. I don't have any here with me during the other room. I have little covers that slide on over the plastic, over the screw. So and then I can just put little rubber lugs on that, so it'll actually grip the part and rotate with it.
Okay.
So I'm printing that now. I haven't ordered the stepper yet. I'm going to order it today, or tonight, or tomorrow. Probably get it early next week, and probably get it up and running within a day or so once the parts come in.
I
Very
see
nice.
some of the lasers have that as an add-on.
Yeah, I'm
Since
just
you're
gonna
making your own.
but I'm just going to make my own.
Yeah, since you're making your own, does your printer support the option to have a rotary attachment?
All you do is take the Y-axis stepper motor, unplug it, and plug your Y-axis cable in there. So the X head
All right,
moves,
and then
the
you just
Y going forward
calculate,
and back is the rotation of the product.
and then just calculate your rotational distance to get the same linear distance.
You use a test part. You do a square or a line that's and you say something 20 millimeters long, and
which would be a diameter of your round part. Yeah.
And do a small bit of math, like division, and then the answer you plug into your software to say this is the ratio you use.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
So you
so
don't
it's
have to go and
pretty
spend
easy.
a fortune. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, and they took about 7 or 8 hours to print because there's this and there's a whole series. Let me get one actually and show you. Let me get some of them.
Alrighty then.
Like I said, some of those add-ons are quite pricey for the rotary attachment as an add-on for the lasers.
Yeah.
They're quite pricey.
Yeah, 150 to $200 typically.
Yeah. And they're not really, when you look at them, they're not really worth that sort of money because they're a pretty basic add-on. Yeah.
So these
Okay, your
over
linear
the
rail
rod,
bearings, yeah.
and then there's little indents on it, so you can actually put little rubber lugs in there to grip the part, and you can just lay it out along the part, and off you go.
Yep.
So I printed a series of these. The idea of them having them smaller like this is I can adjust by loosening some bolts, right? I can move
Choose
it
your
around depending on the
size,
size of
yeah.
the part I want to do, and I can just take these on or off to meet my needs. So it'll allow me to customize it for everything I want to run it on.
You got the files off Thingiverse or somewhere else?
Yeah, I got them on Thingiverse, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to? Let me find the link if you want it, Jerry. If you're interested in making one for yourself, all you need is a spare stepper. I don't have one. I have to order one.
Yeah, I've been using it a little bit here and there. I'm starting to get back into using it more and more. I've been working on it.
Okay, so let me post it into the private chat, and you can share it if you want with everyone else. This is a very simple design.
I'll be back in just a minute.
Sure. But it's a very simple design. I can't post in the main comments. We have to wait for Jerry to come back. But he'll post when he gets back. And all you do is get a piece of wood, like an 8-inch piece of ply or whatever, and just bolt and just fix them on that if you want to. That'll actually make them more stable by doing that. But it's only some threaded rod. The threaded rod bar, 2 feet of it cost me $5. With a series of nuts, because you want nuts front and back to hold it in place, to stop any shift. But you won't need it where the coupler is, because the coupler will hold itself. But then you can adjust only one side, where the coupler there's no motor. The other side you just have to loosen the bolt and then slide it in or out. So it's pretty straightforward to use. But I haven't cut out the. I could use this with a diode laser to do stuff that's round, or I could use it on the on my CO2. But I need to cut out the base of my CO2 to make it fit. I'm going to get some. Well, I have 4x2s, and I'm going to use some 4x2s to make a lift on my CO2 laser, the whole size of it, the whole physical size, to raise it by 4 inches. And then by doing that, I'll then have the ability to adjust the height of this by just propping it up or down to meet the focal distance from the laser. Should be straight, and then use a straight edge, like to use a set square or whatever to get it aligned properly. But it's easy enough to do.
Yeah, I've been doing a little. This is what I'm building. Yeah,
Honey badger.
What I'm building. But I have already quite a few parts already. That's 1 foot part.
That's
The
a
hand, you
serious
can see.
upscale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing the Jerry. Jerry likes upscale stuff.
This is 100%.
Yeah, Jerry Jerry does stuff at 400% sometimes.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
this
is
is
100% scale. That's going to be
Yeah.
what, about 3 foot? About 3 foot tall?
Yeah, it's going to be about 2.5, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how tall, but I have some parts already assembled.
Let's see what other comments are in there.
But
No,
how-
I
how
will not
do-
go with
how
Branson
you
because
do-
he
how
does not
dare
go to
you-
space.
How dare you move away from the way of the lithophane to go to a real model? That's so unlike you, Matt.
Sacrilege, Jerry. Or that is Matt. But
That is not the way.
Jack,
I
I
was-
have not booked my flight to go with Branson because he does
It's-
not actually go into space.
It is
He doesn't
pure
go high enough.
peer pressure. You guys pressured me into that. Now live
I
with
never pressured you into printing something that big, ever. But
I was
now that you're
trying
doing
so
this,
many
Liam
nights,
always
like,
presses
now
everyone
that
to
you're
buy
doing it, I
printers.
expect scale models of 400% now next time.
And we know Loopy,
2 times.
Loopy does understand that size isn't important there, Matt, so it's okay.
Yeah, so do your wife, right?
Kieran, I need that explained.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So,
Well, Jason's not around, so someone's got to say it.
yeah,
It
the
was a good
flashboard
comeback.
machines are nice machines. They're expensive, though. For like, you can get equal quality. The nice thing about a flashboard is 90% of the time you plug them in and they just work. They're like a lullspot. You plug it in and it works. Or it's like all of the other big high-end $1.5 printers. When you plug them in, they function, right? But that's what you pay for. You don't have to tweak it. But you can get with a bit of tweaking, you can get any printer to the same quality. You just have to have the patience to do so. In some you have to, some you don't.
Oh, that's low, Loopy. That's low.
1% is perfect.
Matt, do you want to show your parts again to the honey badger you're building?
Pardon
Yeah,
me?
do.
All right.
Yeah, sure your honey badger parts.
This looks great.
Yeah.
That's not a badger. That's a badger.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, that's basically, that's 20%, and this is 100%, I think.
What
That's gonna
infill
be
rate are
more
you
than-
using?
That's going to be bigger than 3 feet. Looking at that. Yeah.
10% infill, 3mm wall.
It's a 3mm. Okay.
3
Yeah.
layers. 3 layers
Yeah,
or 3
3
mils?
layers or 3mm.
7 layers. I think
That's
it
too
is.
much. I would say that's too high. I would go
I
just
usually-
drop your walls to 3.
I
Yeah,
usually
but
go-
I thought about if I have to sand something down or cut something down, or if I have to,
I usually go
brush it
6, 4,
together.
4, and something like that. I do at least 10% infill.
Yeah, 10%.
That's very
info,
high.
yeah.
That's a very thick wall. With that amount of wall, you can actually either cut down your infill rate or
Drop your walls and
drop
get the
your
infill
walls
up.
because
Yeah.
you're using about twice as much infill or twice as much material on the walls as you need. If you go into Cura, you use slicing options in the bottom right hand corner of Cura, right, Matt?
Yeah.
In the little white window where you click slice, do you see the little the I button on there? The info icon?
It'll tell you your time spent on each of the passes for
Yeah, when you hit
infill
slice,
layers.
go to that icon and put your mouse over it. You get a pop-up, and that pop-up will give you a breakdown of how much time you spend on each thing. How much time in retractions, how much time on walls, how much time on infill. It'll give you that information, and I'll bet you see if you change it on the 3 or 4
60%
walls,
plus. 60%
you'll
plus.
actually cut down the print time in a vast amount.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, that's a great little window that most people don't realize is out there.
But
That, and you get a breakdown of your
question for you guys then, because if Matt wants to make sure it actually can stand something, wouldn't it be better with more infill and the outer layers?
That's what I was hoping for. I
would
want
say-
durability.
Yeah.
It depends. Like it's PLA. It's brittle by nature, right? So if you wanted to be able to be stronger, more walls makes it the outer casing of it harder to damage.
Yeah. No.
If you wanted to not to be harder to actually snap and break, more infill gives you that because it strengthens the inside of the part.
if you slam
did
things
both.
with a hammer, PLA would break, but so would PET-G, right?
PET-G will actually take a few blows of a hammer.
Yeah,
It's got some
If
flex.
it's
It's got a bit
properly
of flex.
designed, yeah.
Yeah, but if you just wanted to actually, PLA would be able to have something standing on it, not take abuse, right? So if you have more infill with PLA, it would be able to hold it better, and not just.
Yeah,
trust
but this is
together.
not holding anything. This is just a freestanding model. So
Yeah.
it's just,
I mean, unless he's going to be dropping it from a great height, standing in the corner or standing on a shelf, it's fine. Like anything else.
Yeah,
you can go pretty thin in the walls.
Hey, Matt,
yeah.
you live in a 2-story or an apartment, Matt, upstairs?
Upstairs, yeah.
You can make a parachute for honey badger and you get him all done and you can chuck him off the roof and let him float and film it going down the ground.
It would have to be a big chute for that weight because it'll be very heavy.
Be a couple of kilos, yeah.
Yeah, that you'd
I
have.
reckon 3.5
Yeah.
kilos, 4 kilos, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so
if you look at
let me,
Liam's recommendations there and look at the amount of filament you'd save, you find it'd be half that.
Yeah, but I realized some parts, this part right here.
I mean, you do the legs quite happily on the heavier, and then you can always drop the layers higher up.
Like this part, I had to print thicker even because 0.5 mil thick because those keep snapping off.
Yeah, which makes sense.
So, though I did 5%, 5 mil and 10% infill. I did. So
okay,
on
so
those
I'm
parts.
guessing at the weight that you're talking about, you would need a parachute of about 2 meters.
Yeah, it's too dangerous to throw out of the window. I don't want to kill my neighbor.
Your parachute would have to be about 2 meters
But
wide.
why are we talking about throwing off a honey
Well,
badger?
it was a suggestion, and
Well,
said if
put
you-
in a parachute, let it float down. You can film it, and make a video with it.
yeah. So, but your parachute would have to be. You'd have to make a parachute out of about 2 meters of
How about this
plastic or
guy?
canvas.
Him,
That
him,
one
you
you
could
could
do
probably do it with about a 1.5
Half a
foot
meter.
wide, 2 feet wide.
yeah, at half
Go
a
to
meter.
the
I don't
Eiffel
know,
Tower and throw it off and see what happens.
Well, if you throw it off the Eiffel
Yeah.
Tower without a parachute, it will accelerate at 9 meters per second,
Second
and when it hits the ground, it will actually damage the sidewalk.
Yeah.
from that.
And you have to remember the gravity is 0.82 in Paris, but in Copenhagen it's 0.81 because of the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah, but it'll
Yeah,
still get the
third
terminal velocity
location-
well before it.
Third location.
I
of,
think you've gotten that backwards.
Nope.
I'd have to check that because the reason why is, as you go further to the north, because the Earth is an oblate spheroid, you're close to. Oh yeah, you're right because you're close to the center of the planet.
Thank you.
Yep.
I had to think about it for a second. Yeah, because you're close to the center of the planet, there is.
I remember it so vividly because of physics at school. We made so many fun things during that time, so I remember it very clearly.
Yeah.
And
Depends what side of the planet
channel
you're on.
here is not only for
How?
3D printing; it's also for physics and other fun
Well,
stuff.
it's because we're in here.
It lowers the
we all
tone of the
learn
conversation.
Everybody's learning something all the time from everybody.
Yeah. Well, we're all into different things. Like as you can probably guess, I'm into science and space and stuff, right? Oh, did you see these?
If Bill Nye is watching, you're welcome to drop in and hang
Oh,
out. with us.
yeah.
This Murph, they had a big version of this, but basically what it is, it's driven by a string and a rubber band. So you have your lever.
Yeah, Chap and Joel was working
to
on
the
it.
front here with a rubber band to pull it forward, right? To pull it, and then from here you have in the back here you have a little hook to tie string onto, and the string comes up and attaches here, right? So you wrap the string by rolling this backwards, and it pulls this down and puts tension on the rubber band. When you release it, this gets pulled forward and actually drives the car forward. So, automobile via rubber band.
Yeah,
Hey,
Stemify.
all what you need to do is push it back.
All you have to do is just wind the back wheel.
Hey, Tripod, how you doing?
Because you have to wind the back wheel, because if you don't wind it, you don't pull the string around there, and the string forces this. When the rubber band is pulling this forward, the string is being forced to unwind, which gives it its acceleration.
The Stemify project. Let's put the link in chat for that, Liam.
Yeah,
It's really, really good.
Cool little
Yeah.
project, and and you could actually get really creative because they come in modules, and you can get really super creative about building different things out of it, because it's a bit like an erector set of some form, where you can just clip stuff together, and everything is twist locked. It even comes with. Do I have it here?
The tools and the
Dolph
screws.
Lundgren, he's actually an electrical engineer.
Yeah. So you can even come with a little wrench to clip all of these stuff together. You know.
Yeah, I don't have any famous friends other than people you see on the screen as far as actors.
We're not
That's
famous.
infamous.
We're
That's
infamous.
infamous. Yeah,
I
there's a
don't
difference,
know
Gary.
anybody that's movie famous to have on the screen, or I would invite them. I'd
You
give 'em
know
a
me.
call.
You know me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes
I was
down
in
to
Braveheart.
advisement, Liam.
I was in Braveheart. I was one of the extras in Braveheart.
One of the bodies lying on the battlefield.
No,
were
I
you?
was actually one of the guys. We were doing all the battle scenes.
Yeah.
And what's his name? What's the other guy that he does the bots, and he's an actor as well. Jerry,
I don't know.
it's not no Sergio's here. It's not Sergio. What's his name? It's a Spanish or Hispanic name. I can't remember his name, but he's
Here's
been
the
on-
link that Kieran posted.
Yeah, Semify is cool. You can actually get the models, and you can, like, they come as plates that will fit on an Ender 3, but you can actually break them up, and you can ungroup them and print as many of them as you want, and you get pretty creative with it. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, but
You
I do
don't have
think
many projects, but
Chuck definitely made it over the top, which makes a change from
well, he
Joe
upscaled
Kelly
it
doing
by 400% or something, didn't he?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, himself
that
and
thing-
Joel built it.
And that was impressive to watch, the big size one.
Yeah, and for grip, all you have to do is put rubber bands around here, or you could always 3D print, like with Ninja Flex, really soft TPU.
or something.
You can Ninja Flex print something that straps over that, make it a little smaller, and then wrap it on Ninja Flex to get your torque for the motion. Well, it's a cool idea, and it's a very simple idea. The other one you
Great
should
for
also,
kids. Great STEM little project for kids. Yeah.
there's another one as well called is it Build Blocks or something like that? It's called
Mega blocks.
Yeah, Betty
Roblox.
Boop is saying Marcel. Marcel is an actor.
Marcel. That's him. Thank you.
Yeah, Marcel. He acting up in Canada. He's a stand-in in a lot of movies.
Yeah. No, there's another one.
And Andrew S., which has been on here before, he's a maker. He's been in quite a few things in the past.
Yeah. What's the ones that Joe does? Joe over at the 3D printing professor. What are they called? Printer blocks. He's also got printer blocks that Joe does as well. You might know him as a 3D printing professor. He's a streamer like us, and Joe has those printer blocks, which is really cool. They all clip together. It's really nice.
You know, we all have different jobs, professions. Some people are on TV all the time and make a lot of money. Some people are professors. Some people are teachers that teach all of us. You know, we all do different things for, how we survive, make money. But, some people idolize people and some people don't idolize people. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I know Joe's stuff because he sent me some stuff to test.
There's nobody in the world that I would meet that I would jump up and down and freak out if I seen them, because they're a person just like I am. I see them in lots of shows and I respect their character, but they're just people like us.
Well, Jerry, I'm not going to go to Vegas then because of that. So I'm not going to give them down the TV. I'm not going to Vegas. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And Dum Dum says he makes his own movies. I hope they're not. I hope they have a good.
But we'll leave that one alone.
Let's not go there.
That leaves a lot of latitude.
Hey Dan, how you doing?
Dan, how are you? Yeah, we won't go. We won't touch that one.
No, don't touch that. Don't touch this.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I have sanded a lot of sides now, and it's actually putting together.
Yeah, and you can finish it off with filler and whatever to finish it off to make it right.
Yeah.
Just a small bit. If you get filler and you make it wet enough.
Yeah, there's a very small gap here.
Yeah, but if you get filler and you make it wet enough, right, really, really soft, right, like you can almost inject it into the joint, or even the glue you use. If you put the glue in the near the edge, a little bit of glue, as it oozes, it will actually seal the joint for you.
Yeah. But if you're going to use epoxy for the joiner, normally enough will lose out to fill the joints in with the epoxy.
Yeah, or filler primer will actually fill it as well.
Yeah.
So I got more or less everything I need now. I just need to sand a buttload of stuff.
And you need the parts I printed for you that are still in a box somewhere in the world.
Somewhere in the world.
You still haven't got them?
No, he hasn't got them yet.
Wow.
But he only got your stickers last week.
Yeah.
And
My
you sent the
stickers
stickers
only
before.
took like a week to get there, though.
Which means I'll be seeing Jerry's stickers in 90. I'll be 2 or 3 months, and things go down here.
Okay, Kieran, I said I was going to mail them last Saturday with my stream, right?
Yep.
And they went out in the mail Monday morning because Sunday there's no mail. So this is day number 6 right now.
Yeah, so it'll take most likely take 3 to 4 weeks to get down here at least.
Wow. Okay.
It's just got because it's mail. It's got a plane hop from freight plane. So we've cut down our flights down to Australia. So we've now halved the international flights into Australia. So therefore, it'll take longer.
If I paid an extra $100, I bet you could have got it in 2 days.
DHL will take about a week.
Yeah, it does, because I've ordered the Micro Swiss hot end for my printer who should not be named.
If I was rich, I'd have my guy flying down there in my jet, but I don't own it. You could have them tomorrow.
No, I've got the Micro Swiss hot end for this coming, and that's going to be here in about 10 more days. So it'll be about 2 weeks, even DHL, to get here. So,
and how is your ESC? Is that arrived yet?
According to AliExpress, it has, but the delivery details say it's got shipped to America. So I'm not too sure what the story is there. So the tracking details say it's been delivered, and the delivery, where was it? It got delivered to. So I'm just waiting to see what the story is, because it says it's been delivered.
Well, my from Banggood, my CR10 Smart says it's been shipped, and that's all it says. There is no, even though I have a tracking number, when I go put it in the tracking number, it comes back to saying pending.
Yeah, it says it got delivered to Alhambra in South Pasadena. Is the shipping details?
Okay.
Yet the address detail, but the address details are Australia, and it says it's been delivered. But I've seen that before, where they give you the wrong the wrong shipping note from AliExpress. So I'll just wait. I've got another 45 days before I get a refund. So we'll see what happens. It may turn up.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what happens with mine if it turns up, because that would be a nice one to unbox.
Yeah.
I have to finish off tomorrow. I have to finish off my recording of the review for Focus, the Focus printer.
That
Yeah,
box
okay.
I got coming today weighs 38 pounds.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to my Swiss.
And the
micro
ghost
Swiss
printers are
hottie
easy to
turning up.
assemble. There's only two main pieces with them. There's the main part, the body, and the bed. Yeah, I use the Hybotics. I use the Micro Swiss all metal hot end on my Ender 5 Plus, because I wanted to get rid of the Bowden tube. That's the only reason. I didn't want to go direct drive. I just wanted to eliminate the Bowden tube as being an issue of clogging.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. The same reason, because I've only had 2 clogs, and one was my own fault with the not cleaning out the TPU, and the other one was just purely heat creep on Silk PLA.
Well, if you get heat creep, is because your fan is not cooling your system for enough.
My attractions were screwed up and was just.
Oh, you were pulling it up too high.
Yeah, pulling it up too high and was walking up, so that's why.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then if your fan gets really dirty, it won't spin as fast as it should, or if it's going bad, it won't rotate and cool fast enough. That can cause it also.
Yeah, and you get heat creep doing that as well.
The blue ball I showed last week, that was a 30+ hour printer, had no problems at all with heat creep on that. So that fixed it once it was all cleaned up. So
yeah, I have to. I shut down my Focus last night. I got a clog in it. So I had to figure out what's going on. I have to take it apart. But up until now, it's been printing okay. But it's not a bad printer.
It's more just you expect occasionally. No, that's why I want to get rid of that. The Bowden tube with the all metal hot end, you got no risk of any build up of any burnt material to act like a little nucleus for plastic to build up on and block. So the less debris down there, the better off you are.
So you're going to use the Bowden tube to feed up to the extruder, is what you're going to do.
No, it'll be just a direct replacement. Just take off just swap the hot end over.
No, because he's going to use it, because if you're doing TPU and so on, it's a good idea to run a tube back to wherever your filament dryer is, if you have a filament dryer, or if you do nylon or any of those other materials, because they're very hydroscopic. So you eliminate the need for the you keep the material dry right up until it enters the hot end.
Yeah, that's what I've done. That's what I do with the TPU anyway. But otherwise, it's good. So, but it's just the whole remove that lower bit of the Bowden tube for was it the grades and the hot end, all metal hot end. You got just around the top, so you got that whole section removed, and it should just eliminate a lot of mucking around. So
yeah, I got some Amazon return filament. A company sent me some of this that it was returned to them, and they sent the ships to me, and the brand of filament that was inside the box was not the brand of material that was the box said. So what people do is they buy something like Amazon Basics, which is cheap.
Yeah, and then swap it.
They ordered the wrong one. They ordered a 2.85 instead of a 1.75, right? So they ordered the wrong diameter. So it was sent. Nobody is smiling. You can do it for us. But so they ordered the 2.85 by mistake, because when you search on Amazon search is atrocious.
Yep.
Let's admit it. It's the worst search engine on the planet. Right?
No, Thingiverse is worse.
I don't know. I actually find what I need in Thingiverse. But so what happened was they ordered then this other brand's material, got it delivered, took out the material of the right diameter, put in the 2.85, sent it back and got an Amazon return. Now, this proves, and I've seen this happen over and over and over again, it proves that Amazon doesn't
check
what's
returns.
returned.
Yeah.
They might do a percentage of them, and especially the more expensive items, like if you buy a diamond ring and return it.
My ex-wife works for Amazon in the return department. I asked her about some electronics. She said they have a separate division for that where she works at. So she couldn't give any specifics about electronics.
No, electronics, because of the legal ramifications, they do check those.
No, they don't, because Trevor at Navarre
supposedly
said he said he got stuff with he got the wrong printer in the box. There was some
Jesus.
other piece of
He
POS.
said he got diapers one time, and I'm trying to think, did he get dirty diapers or clean diapers?
Well, I hope they were clean, because if they were dirty, I would not like to open that box.
No.
He's pretty right. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but he has got stuff mixed wrong before, right? So people do like, if I had an old, a really old ANET or something like that, some piece of trash, right?
Crap.
Something really old, and I ordered a new printer, I could unbox a new printer, put the old one in there, and ship it back, and half time it's not open, or most time they're not open.
That's
So-
fraud.
Scam notes.
Hey,
Antoine.
Renee.
Cheating.
Renee, smile for the camera. Okay.
Everyone smile.
going on?
Everyone smile. We've all got a smile.
He's smiling. Smile.
Smile, Liam.
Come on, you
Oh,
can do
sorry, I
it.
didn't realize I was on screen.
Okay. There we go. Got a smile.
There we go. We're all smiling.
We go back and put that up there, Jerry. I want a snapshot. I need to keep the rats out of the
Yeah.
attic space. I need to put that image up there.
How rude.
Jerry knows I'm only giving him a hard time because it's fun. He knows me well enough.
I can give you an upside down smile.
Well, we just have to show Kieran's picture. He's
Yeah, that's
always
it.
upside down.
Yeah, I'm only upside down, so that's okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we know what Liam looks like when he's not happy.
Yes, that's me. There's only one difference between me and that picture, Jerry. I have
What's that?
hair.
Yeah.
It's debatable.
Yeah, if I
put
didn't
down some
shave,
hair,
I'd
that
have
would
hair
be
on the
me.
sides and in the back, and I'd have nothing up here. But yeah, everything kind of comes in white. I used to have brown hair when I was younger, then it kind of went grayish, brownish, blackish, white. Now it all went to my back. Everything was on my head, now on my back.
Too much information there.
Too much information. Oh, no.
Those you can call your donor areas. If you want, you can transplant them.
We could do that for a live stream. I could to raise money for whatever next printer I wanted to buy. Have Brandy come in here and start putting that stuff on my back and ripping it off. You know,
Oh.
No,
get
you
donations.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for every
no.
Wax
for
my
every
back.
rip 10 pound, for every
Yeah,
rip
wax
10
my
pound.
back. Yeah,
Just as long as it limits it to the back only. We don't want to go any lower for the waxing. Thank you very much.
yeah.
What's happened if you run out of hair to wax?
Start on his beard.
Yeah.
Mm. There's always hair between the toes.
I don't know.
Bald
I've
is
got
beautiful.
outline.
Yeah, I should have went bald years ago. I mean, yeah, I like being bald. So, unless you run your head into something, when I work construction quite a bit, I've had my hard hat off, depending on where I'm working
Cuts,
at.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
top of your head, it cuts that quick. and
So
really
easy. Yeah.
bad.
That's what the hair.
When you have hair, it tends to protect it, and it doesn't get cut so easy.
So Betty's all in for doing the waxing for fundraising.
Yeah.
And instead of doing it quickly, she'll put it slowly.
Yeah, I have no
That's
idea
it,
how
that's
bad.
it.
I have no idea how bad it would hurt, but I don't think it.
Oh, well, you'll find out
There
next
are
time.
videos, and it would hurt a lot.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Oh.
do nose hairs too in the ear?
Hey,
Well, that's
Jerry, you know how bad a toothache is?
Oh, that's nothing worse.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, you're about to find out there is.
No, well, as Matt said, pull
Ian
out a
speaks
nose
from
hair.
experience.
Pull a nose hair
No,
out,
I don't.
Just multiply that by 10.
Yeah.
That's the sort of pain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, thank you.
No.
Yeah, years
Anyway.
ago, I was jumping out of a big four-wheel drive I had, and the door on the Bronco did not have a gap at all, like a quarter-inch gap when you close it on the front door. And I got my ring finger stuck in the door, and I ripped my hand out of it, and it's bleeding everywhere, going nuts. And I ripped off the tip of my finger in my door. And then years later, a couple years ago, I had a 97 or 98 Toyota Tacoma. I'm at 7-Eleven going to get gas. I jump out of the car, and I don't know how it happened. I jumped out, slammed the door as I'm hurrying into 7-Eleven, and I closed all four fingers in the door of my car, my truck. It completely latched, and I turned around and looked, and I'm
Take it
freaking
out.
out. I was like, ah! So I grab it, I unlatch it. My fingers were fine. I didn't hurt them, but it completely closed on my fingers. And I thought I lost all 4 fingers because it was completely clicked shut. But my hand was fine. It didn't hurt.
Obviously, one of those cheap doors, and it wasn't
Something
could deform around the hand.
It latched and it bent around my fingers. It didn't break them.
Okay, so I know what it was. The very first time it happened with the ring finger, right? You were near kryptonite. The second time around, you were not, and you were able to take it.
Yeah, something. It was crazy. So it's like, don't be in a hurry. Slow the hell down. So,
I've heard slamming doors on other people's hands. I've never heard slamming a door on your own hand.
And when I was a little kid, I got mad at my dad. I ran in the bedroom. I slammed the bedroom door. My thumb was in the way. And I do remember slamming the door on my thumb. And it was black and blue and purple and whatever. And I know it was intense. So, and the door didn't close. Just kind of hit it and bounced back open. And you start screaming. And, I don't know how old I was, kid.
We should change Jerry's name to Jerry 3DHP accident prone.
Yeah. I thought about changing my Google name instead of 3D printing and painting, just go Jerry space 3DHP. So I don't know if I will or not.
Yeah, but it's I've broken my wrist once, and that's about it.
Yeah, I went skydiving, broke a foot, hit a wall. The stud in the wall was stronger than my little finger. I broke my little finger.
It would be.
Yeah,
4x2 versus finger, it's going to win every time.
Yeah.
I'm not accident prone like that. I solemnly believe in the term "look before you leap," and I've done skydiving. I've done some jumps, and I haven't had any issues. But
a couple months ago, I heated up some hot dogs in the microwave and got them hot, and then I stuck them on a fork and I put them over my burner on the stove to grill them, And for some dumbass reason, when I took it out and stuck it in the bun, and there was a little bit of meat left on the fork, you know what I did? I stuck it in my mouth.
Yeah.
I stuck it in my mouth, and it was red hot off the burner, and it sizzled.
Oddly enough,
I was like, "What in the hell am I doing?" I'm getting forgetful. But I knew it was red hot, and I stuck it in my mouth and bit down on it to slide it out. I was like, "What are you doing?"
We've now got a new competitor to Jackass. We've got Jerry S.
Yeah, something. Pretty bad. So it's like, I told my wife, "What am I going to do next?"
We don't want to know. We don't really want to know.
Oh my, you have. I've never been that unlucky. I'm glad to say.
Well, when she comes back, if somebody else has already moved in, I say, "Well, I thought that was you. How much would we get dementia?"
Oh, you're a brave man trying that one. Yeah.
You still.
Yeah.
Now you're in trouble. Now you'll have to pay for that one.
Here, hold on for a second.
Bye, Betty.
Hold on, let me mute myself.
Yeah. He's in trouble now.
No, she just said she just got home. All the
I
parents got
know.
home.
I know.
Yeah. Those in trouble's right.
Can't hear you, Jerry.
He knows that. He knows that.
But
He's talking to the boss.
I've never been that unlucky. I've never slammed my hand in something or anything like that.
No, me neither.
As a kid, like I've hit my finger with a hammer because my dad was a carpenter, and everybody who uses a hammer at some point in their life hits their finger with a hammer. It's going to happen. There is no way out.
Regardless of you're a carpenter or not, you will.
It's just the way it is, right? Okay, so this little thing came with the epoxy, and I guess that's the mixer thing. But do you put?
Don't use that. Don't put it there.
The best way to do it, get masking tape, right? Masking tape, ordinary masking tape. Put that down on newspaper, 3 or 4 strips side by side, so you've got like a layer of masking tape, and mix it on that 50-50 using something like wooden popsicle sticks, something like that. Don't use those mixing trays. Then you can just, when you're finished, roll it up, throw it away.
Yeah.
Like get rid of all the mess.
So you can just throw it away immediately. That's what you're saying.
It's too small, too impractical. The best way to do it is put some masking tape down on some paper or some cardboard, and mix it on the masking tape with popsicle sticks.
Use a piece of plastic, a little piece of plastic to lay it on, or
Got
All
it.
right.
Filament, yeah, a bit of filament's fine for that.
Filament
It gets
works
into the
fine,
corners.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you taper the filament. And because it's epoxy, you want to clamp them or tape them together very tightly.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that way any excess will lose out and fill in any gaps on the edge. And you will sand that down
Right.
afterwards.
Right.
Because the advantage of epoxy, it has a good 15 minutes slip time before it starts to get really tacky, as opposed to the
This is
the
5
cyanic.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll take
Well,
about
it is,
15
but if you look at it, you'll say it'll start to cure after about 15 minutes. So you got time to work with it
Hey,
Yeah.
non-fan, how you
and
doing?
adjust it.
It'll
Yeah.
start curing in about 15 minutes, but it won't be
What's
hard
going
for
on?
about an hour and a half.
Yeah. So if it does move, you can always break it and realign it, so you're not locked in like the cyanoacrylate. So.
Yeah.
But you do want to tape them together with masking tape or something to clamp them to make them nice and tight, so it does cure off and set in the spaces.
Generally shuffling us around like celebrity squares.
It's his new favourite toy. Jackpot, all lined up.
But the
Ding, 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 ding.
Jerry, you can actually, when you go to full screen, if you want to put someone else full screen, just drag them into the full screen.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I do that all the time, like this.
Yeah.
So, what's everybody out there working on? Everybody out there watching? What kind of projects you got going on?
Oh, we know what Renee's doing. He's going to sand his fingers to the bone, literally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh
Already
wow,
got a
flood! That
scratch
sucks.
here.
Oh,
It
that's
is-
yeah, that's
Where do you live at? Hellspawn in Germany or Midwest?
yeah. I have a sump pump, so my basement can't flood. Any
Unless the
water
power
that
goes
goes up
out.
in my basement will be pumped out of me and be dumped.
Unless it got too much water, then it would overwhelm it.
Oh no, mine moves a lot of water. It moves like you'd have to get a sudden deep flood of water, which would never really happen in a basement. It would build up over time, and my subfloor, as it starts to rise, it would travel. It'd be piped to my subfloor to the sump pump that would carry it out. So
What have you got Loopy Loo doing there, Matt? She's cleaning up the last thing you finished printing.
Oh,
that's his job. Don't do it for him. That's his job.
No. He prints it, he finishes it.
Yes, exactly. Make him do the
Oh.
work.
What's going on, Jim? How you doing?
let me see what she's up to.
Anybody wants to drop in and say, "Hey, I'll drop the link again right here." Well, that's not it.
Yeah. So I just charged up this.
Oh, you got the big glow in the dark.
No, it's
Yeah,
a
torch,
bright light.
yeah.
It's heavy. These are rechargeable.
How
Let me
many
show you.
lumens on that one?
Watch this. This is low, right?
What's that, 1200 lumens? About that?
I
Oh,
think
not
it's more
quite.
than that. And it's rechargeable. You plug it in with
Yep,
USB-C and charge it.
Yep.
So I bring it for astronomy, not for when I'm doing the astronomy thing, obviously, because you don't use white light because it's
No, red light. Yep.
But when they're done and you want to clean up, it's fantastic, bright
Find
light
what
to
you left.
look around.
Find what you left behind on the ground.
Cool.
In case
All
you
the
drop
stuff
stuff, yeah.
behind.
Coasters and coaster holders, cool.
Yeah, my K40 the other day, I took the metal bed that's out of it that comes stock. I unscrewed it, took all that out. I cut the wire mesh that I had, and I have a little tiny metal screw jack. And then I was going to cut a hole and drill a hole in the front of the frame. I ran down to Lowe's. I got a long bolt and a coupler, but I realized if you take off that plastic nut, it's reverse thread. It's not righty-tighty, it's lefty-tighty. And even if I could screw that longer bolt on it and run it through the front, the minute the jack goes up or down, it's not going to swivel. It's not going to pivot. It won't line up with my hole, basically. So
Yeah.
I'd have to cut a slot or find a swivel and put on it.
So you said you got brackets for yours that actually hold, so you can actually tighten the bolts to raise the whole bed?
Yeah, on Thingiverse, I seen a file. It was on the K40 group talking about you can print these plastic clips and put bolts in them. That way we can just screw the sides up and down and raise it all up and down.
If you find that, send it to me, please. I might do that because I want to start extending the functionality of my K40. And having, like, because as I said, I'm doing the rotary. I'm printing the rotary part. So I'll have to raise and lower for the rotary anyway. So I might as well do the whole bed while I'm at it.
Well, the first thing I did when I went to unbolt that bed that's in there is I took a Sharpie and I marked both sides of the case to let me know what elevation that was mounted at. So if I take it all out, I know what was 0 to begin with, roughly 0.
Yeah, I won't do that.
You froze. There you go. You're
I have a
freezing.
spacer that does it.
You're freezing and then your audio cut out.
You're dropping out a bit, Liam.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah.
You're kind of back.
But you're not in sync. You're very pixelated and dropping out.
Maybe my son is downloading.
Like an old Chinese movie. It's like he talks and then his mouth.
It looks like your bandwidth's gone. Your resolution's dropped right down.
Well, I can't do anything about it. So, I'm going to do something like that because I want to get the bed to be able to use the whole bed space. What I might do is I have a spacer from the right distance from the laser, so I just have to bring it up to the spacer and each 4 corners, and I'm done.
How much leeway do you have for bottom? Obviously, you can move it up and down. How much movement can you get elevation below the laser to allow for different thicknesses?
Inside in it, you can drop it down by about 3 inches or so.
Yeah, 3 or 4 inches.
So
and
that
then
gives
after you have to cut the bottom out of it.
Yeah. But that gives you quite a bit of room to work with for different materials.
It does. That's why I
surfaces,
made these. That's why I got the very low profile versions of these, because they don't use much space. So then I can actually drop the bed and put them on the bed, and as the bed goes up and down, so I can print more. So because most things you'll do, and it's really narrow, like are really big, you'll get them with this. I may not have to extend quite out the base, but I want to do that bed mod, so I can bring up and raise and lower the bed, and just put some wire mesh in there instead.
And what's cool about the diode laser is that you can just set that on top of anything, or you can prop it up at any elevation.
Yes, and I will use the same thing for the R-Tour, for the diode laser. And I have 3D printers. I have a 3D printer as well, that has a laser option on it, so I can actually do stuff on that, and I can do the same by putting the Y-axis off, unplug the Y-axis, and run it into this as well, so I could use it on that diode laser as well. Actually, I could even use it on my. I could probably even use it on my.
You went Chinese again.
Yeah.
Because I just unplugged the Y and the CNC and plug it in.
Mouth. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Your bandwidth's really getting hammered there, Liam.
Yeah, your mouth was stuck open a minute ago, and you were still talking. Your mouth was wide open.
Yeah, the audio is fine, but
let me go see if he's downloading. 1 second.
Change the Wi-Fi password. That'll fix it.
Yeah. So his son could be playing a game or something.
You see it's downloading, so.
Oh, okay. That'll do it. Sometimes. Yeah, just waiting on
Liam has
UPS
everything wired in his house, so he's a network technician, so there's no Wi-Fi there.
No, but just like a mechanic has the worst car on the street, an iTech technician had the worst network around the house. Or your Sparky, his house is always full of half-finished wiring, sockets hanging out of the walls. He never does his own stuff. He's always doing somebody else's stuff.
Okay, well, it's not download, so I don't know what's going on. I probably need to reboot the box. Anyway, I'm going to be finishing up anyway because I need to get my telescope stuff loaded up because I have an astronomy event tonight.
Well, thank you very much for coming by and hanging out. We really appreciate it.
Liam.
Great to see you. If you're seeing aliens, please take lots of pictures and document it.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
But
we don't do any probing.
Jerry. He only looks them for the probing. That's what he's interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know Kieran's interested.
I was reading about fiber lasers. Fiber lasers are a whole bunch of diode lasers that go through the fiber optic cable to cut with. So there's a bunch of diode lasers that run through that fiber optic.
Yeah, but they're not normal diodes, though. They're They're a different type. They're not like the blue lasers. They're totally different power and frequency laser. I think they're in the UV, in the ultraviolet, or in the. I think they're in the UV brand.
They got them from 20 watts up. I sent Trevor a link. He didn't drop in, but I need to ask Trevor what that he burns with and makes those cool coins. How many watts is he working with? 50,
I think he's doing 40 or 50 watts fiber.
40 or 50?
I think he has two. One is a 40, one is a 50 or 60, I think.
Okay.
But they're desktop. They fit in your desk. It's all about the unit, the side where the energy is created and then piped into your focus head. So yeah,
he's doing it to annoy Matt. That's the only reason he's doing it to annoy Matt.
He's doing it to upset Matt.
Sorry,
it's okay.
I toggled the mute once too many. Sorry.
All right.
But but fibers are expensive. You're looking at.
They're not for a hobbyist. They're not for a hobbyist. If you can find a way to make money with it, they're awesome. Yeah. If it can pay you back, they can pay for itself.
Yeah, they're about $1,200 upwards. Starting price. That's if you're buying it straight out of Banggood or somewhere, or AliExpress straight out of the.
Yeah, Omtech sells them too, anywhere from, $3-4 grand up. Yeah.
So you can buy them cheaper than that. You can buy them for 12. You can get a 10 watt for 12. You can get a 20 watt for about 14. You can get a 30 watt for about 16.
Yeah, but you got to make sure it's going to do what you want it to do, and what kind of warranty does it have with it, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but good luck with warranty if you're going to buy it off AliExpress, right?
These coins that Trevor, that brass coin I got from Trevor was engraved like a silver dollar. It was completely engraved, beautiful coin.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It wasn't just in the surface of it.
I think he was using it for the 30 or 40. I think it was a 40 watt he has, or 50 watt he used that for. And you need really good fume extraction with those, because you're vaporizing metal.
Yeah.
So you don't want to inhale that. That is not going to be good for you. Oh, how's the new extractor working, Jerry, for the CO2?
I'm trying to think if I burned with it. Since I hooked it up, I haven't burned with it.
Okay.
Haven't tried it.
I want to get your feedback on it to see if I want to go that route or not.
Yeah.
I would like a little bit more oomph in the extraction.
Well, it has more oomph, even with the second fan running on or off. It does give more oomph. But the reviews said, some people said, oh, it lasted this long and then it quit working, or this long, and then a lot of reviews say they're good. Like with anything, some reviews love products and other people have nothing but problems. So take everything with a grain of salt and go eeny, meeny, miny, mo when you buy something.
Yeah, it's about you based on the balance of, if there's more people like it then you're okay. If it's close, then you don't buy it.
If there hasn't been reviews for 2 or 3 years, and that's the last time I see reviews, I may not buy the item, because why haven't people reviewed it in the last 6-7 months? So
yeah, I agreed. All right, I'm going to bounce because I have to go load up my telescope in the car.
All right, well, you have a great day, man.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Hellspawn, regarding your flooding, so that means you got no protection from the main side, so you can actually get flooding from the externals. That's about your main drainage system. So that's not good. He said his flooding for his basement was from the main drainage being blocked.
Yeah, I don't have a basement here. I kind of wish I did, but of course, if it rained, it'd be a problem. I know Tim from TH3D in Illinois, that house he lives in, him and his wife got the big shop out back. His basement is as big as his footprint of his house underneath. That's great. Really cool.
Yeah.
Got nothing but space. And of course, if there was ever a tornado, that's the first place you'd run to be your basement, and hang on to something bolted to the floor, I guess.
That's the last thing you want.
3D scanner. Yeah, I don't own a 3D scanner other than my Kinect on my Xbox, and a lot of people have tried a lot of different ones. Most of them won't see the color black. So if you have black hair or something, you'd basically, I'm going to be funny here, have to take a powder puff and powder puff yourself. That way it would show up on the scanner, but I'm not really sure what to say on a scanner.
There is. I saw it. Oh, was it last week, week before? There is a aerosol to spray on translucent or reflective materials to allow you to scan it, and it eventually evaporates off the surface, but it stays on the surface for about 15 to 20 minutes and makes it opaque, and then evaporates to allow you to do translucent or reflective materials.
I would say go to YouTube and just type in 3D scanner and see what pops up on some different videos, and then go to different places, check prices. But I'm pretty sure you're looking at anywhere from $200 to $500 for a lot of them, depending on what they are.
I saw some 3D scanner thing that can stand on something and rotate on Kickstarter. I forgot the name of that one.
There's a few of them around. I mean, otherwise you go with the
they scan small objects on a turntable, but I think most people wants one where they can scan a physical object in a room, wife,
but I think this one was movable.
Person,
I think this one was movable, so you could like scan something bigger.
Yeah, the high end ones for that are looking at like $3,000 to $4,000 US minimum for the hand scan unit with the multiple lasers on it. They're quite pricey for the portable ones. Otherwise, you go the iPhone route and use it like Ethan's dad type an app on your iPhone, which work okay, depending on what sort of resolution you want. But it depends on the resolution. And it's all and once again cost.
Cape Town, Cape Town's in South Africa, right?
Yep.
Okay, didn't they just have on TV that a bunch of rioting and looting? Does anybody know where I'm going with this conversation?
Yep.
Say if they had a scanner store there when all that happened, you might have got a free one. Everything else got looted, but which is sad that happened. But so.
I'm sure. I don't think that's a priority when looting comes out for 3D scanners.
Yeah, it's crazy. People just steal anything and everything just because they can. And then the people that normally would have never done that, it's like, oh my God, but it's almost gone and everybody else has got it and there's no police around, so I guess I better go do it too. And then
fear of missing out. That's it. Yeah, I'm sure there are, but there's crazy people everywhere. Cape Town, unfortunately, everywhere.
Yeah, the people that never, like I say, the people never would get involved just because they see it going on right around them. Well, it's kind of like if somebody robbed a bank and they're driving down the road throwing money out the window. Am I just going to drive by it? No, I'm going to pull over and start picking up money as fast as I can grab it. And they have it on the news. You got to turn it in. No, not if you didn't get me on cell phone. I don't have to turn it in. You got my license plate number?
No, that's it. Exactly.
Then people go on YouTube or Facebook and they go, look what I got, or they do something wrong and then they're going to jail.
Yeah.
They want to show off, show everybody what they did.
Yep. Well, Darwin Awards says them right. That's for sure.
Yeah. The older people might remember a movie with Charlton Heston years ago called Soylent Green.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
They had the garbage trucks. They scooped people up and they stopped looting and rioting and everything. And they turned them into crackers basically. And then they, gave them back out to people as I think the green ones or something. They said it was seafood. It was actually people that they picked up. So
that's an old movie. Soylent Green. That's an old one.
Yeah. Classic. And that Omega Man. It's like a zombie type movie. And he was the last one alive.
Showing your age now, Jerry.
Yeah, really good. Planet of the Apes, original Planet of the Apes back in the 70s.
Yep.
Loved them.
Yep. Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Return from the Planet of the Apes, Battle of the Planet of the Apes. All four of them.
And that's not 6.
No, the original.
There's 5 movies, 5 original, and a documentary. It's in a 6-disc box set.
Yeah, I have it.
Me too. The 3 last movies of those was just, why did they make them?
Oh, gotta keep it going.
Yeah. It's like today, everything is remade.
Yep. Well, old is new again.
Recycle sometimes remakes are good and sometimes they're not, so. Yeah, the Gold and Silver Pawn downtown. I'm not sure. I think it's still open, but I don't think they still run their shows. But so much of it's fake. like with any reality TV, I mean, they even said that a lot of that stuff was set up and faked and just for the show. You don't know what to believe and what not to believe with most reality shows. The only show I've ever liked watching, I watch it every year with my wife up until it's not on right now, is The Amazing Race, where people tour around the world and have to do different things in different cities. That's really hard to fake that show since they've got to go do these different challenges around the world. So, but like Survivor and a lot of those, I watched them years ago, but it's all choreographed just for ratings, you know. If people are getting along fine, well, that isn't good for ratings. So they make up scenarios where people fight and argue or do whatever. So it's hard to find stuff that's true.
Wind the pressure up. Yep. Yeah, that's right, non-fan. People are crazy. Okay, yeah. People are crazy. They want to get their perfect selfie, fall off the cliff, fall off the mountain, fall off the window, and so.
Yeah, a lot of those people die that way too. Yeah,
stupidity. That's a nozzle. That's a serious nozzle on that.
Yeah.
Oh, looks good. Did they design that, or did they have somebody design it for them?
I think somebody designed it for them.
Very nice. Good job.
And you're planning on painting it as well, Matt? Having it all nicely painted up as well, or just going to leave it in the white?
I'm not sure yet. I first have to go out through the process and get it cleaned up, and then do the lines, and then sand it down. Yeah.
Matt, didn't you say you used to know Chumley from the Pawn Stars?
Yeah. I forgot the names actually. I know the old guy. They used to come into the store where I was working, and they even offered me a job working for them in the store. So
I talked to my brother yesterday. He lives in Prump, Nevada. He doesn't do internet. He don't have a smartphone. He don't have a computer. He ain't into no modern technology. And on one of his 4 or 5 channels that he gets on his TV, he was watching the Pawn Stars, and he was talking about Chumley. He says, you know what? He says, I watch that guy, and I see him on there, and he looks like a lazy piece of shit, was his exact words about Chumley, just by the way he looked. So sorry for my cussing there. I just wanted to relay my message that my brother said about one of the Pawn Stars. So,
yeah, they were okay. I mean, they had motorcycles, his kid. So I guess he got himself into trouble a little bit when I was there with the police, and he kept asking me if I want to hang out with him, and I'm like, nah, I really don't have the time, you know. So
you dodged that bullet, literally.
Yeah, because part of living in America and staying in America, you're not allowed to. Part of your visa contract is you're not allowed to be associated with any type of crime. So, even if you have a friend and he commits a crime and you know about it, you can get in trouble for it.
Yep. And they'll happily revoke the visa. Yep. No problem at all. Yep. Can't afford the risk. So easy.
But his old man, his dad, I liked the grandpa. He was really nice, and it's just sadly that he died. I think he died a couple of years ago or so.
Yeah, it happens to everybody eventually.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Yep.
He was a really nice bloke.
Getting born is the pure death. Or certain death, as you say.
Yeah.
What's her name? Who played Cleopatra in the old movie Cleopatra? What's her name? Elizabeth Taylor. I met her once. She seemed to be a really nice person, really sweet. So that was in the year 2000. No, 1999. It was 1998 or 1999. It was. I met her.
Yeah, I'm not sure what year she died, but I'm sure somebody's Googling it right now.
Yeah. I met so many famous people going through the
Monaco
store buying
factory in
fish.
Australia.
One of the guys, Married with Children, Al Bundy.
Yep.
Who plays his son in the show.
Yep.
He actually came into the store and he was doing some filming, and he needed a fish for a prop in the movie. So
A fish for a prop. Did he ask you if you could return it when they were done with it?
Ask him what he wants to do with it, and he says it's gonna be a gag, something like that. And I don't know. I'd never watched the show, but he never offered to bring the fish back. But we accept fish back at that time. If people release fish into the wild, it just harms the environment. So we basically took fish in, even though our fish tanks were over full. So,
I was at a fish store out in Tropicana years ago, and I had a freshwater tank. All right, freshwater. Hold on, there's somebody popping in here. Let's see if I can see him. Dominic. Hey, Dominic, how you doing?
Hello, Dominic.
Hey, Dominic.
Can you hear us okay?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah, we.
wondering if it's Oh, okay. It's I'm
Looks like you're dropping out there, Dominic, as well.
Yeah, your video's frozen.
He's dropped off. Oh, it's there. It's still there. It's still moving.
Is he still there? Oh, he's okay. Here he is, popping back in.
Yeah.
Also,
There he is.
Yeah, he's back.
How's it going today? How you doing?
nope.
Can you hear us?
It's almost like spring.
not sure.
Yeah. Looks like he's just.
I'm not sure. You're in and out
I think-
spotty and he's frozen.
Yeah.
I think the most famous person I ever met was Elon Musk. He came into the store, but I didn't recognize him at that time, So that was 2000.
Yeah, I guess he's living in Boca Chica. His house cost $55,000 that he's living in, and whatever he did in California, he's selling.
There's no such thing as too many printers, allegedly, Cape Town. Allegedly.
Well, that's up to you. It's kind of
I'm
like
doing
an
okay.
STL
I've
model.
got one 2D and one 3D, and that's it. 2. That's all I'm allowed.
Yeah.
I can't leave my small office, so I'm limited. So I've only got the one.
Wife tells you that, huh?
Yeah. Under strict wife laws, and Jerry knows what that's like. So
No, I don't have any
happy
rules.
wife, happy life. Yeah.
I pay all the bills here. I do whatever I please, actually.
Yeah.
And
But
Brandy
that's why that large blue ball last week may be very popular for a while, so I can buy more filament. So I got to keep the wife happy.
Brandy claimed the Delta. She says that's her printer. And I mentioned about using it. She goes, "Oh no, you can't use it unless you ask me." Okay.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
So okay, I got plenty of printers. It can sit there and collect dust.
Have you guys tried putting magnets in your pieces for magnetic closures and magnetic connections?
Yeah, on a couple heads I have, on a cape here and there. I've glued them in just to help bond the model. Magnets I've got off Amazon. Hello, Victor. Yeah, Dominic's having trouble with his iPhone connecting to StreamYard.
That's fine. Yeah, they're fussy. It is fussy sometimes on the account. Because I just did a bit of playing with a model with magnets. This one here requires 3 magnets, or 3 sets in the lid.
Okay.
And here you go. Because
Looks like
the
a
lid,
rocket booster.
no, it's just a
Okay.
very satisfying for the click when it engages. But the
Oh, cool.
trick, because it's 3 potential ways of closing your lid with the magnets, you've got to make sure the magnets will work in whatever position you've got them orientated in. That is the tricky bit, because it can go in 3 different ways. And if you screw one of the pairs up, then you've basically totaled the whole piece, because once the magnets are glued in, you're screwed. Which I find my trick for that is a marker, and I mark the pairs, the internal faces. So as long as you can see the black dots on the magnets sticking out, then you know they're orientated correctly. But still, you can still muck them up.
I did that on one of my droid builds, the track droid. I can't think of his name right now.
Scrambler? Eggbot?
Yes. Eggbot. Yeah, Scrambler, I think.
Yeah, which is Eggbot.
Or Eggbot. Yeah, anyway, I marked them all with a marker. That way they're against each other. That way I know which side to glue. But if you put the ring on just the wrong way, some of them still don't. They push against
No, they
each
can
other.
still, they can still be reverse paired because of the orientation. So the way around that, some magnets you can get actually marked north, so that way you always put the north on the same orientation. But I had the same issue. I marked mine with a red dot, the red dot for the north face. So what's on the glued side you can't see is a little red dot, and so they're all paired. So the north is always on the inside, and that way the black dot's on the south side. So no matter which way they're orientated, if I rotate them, it's always north on the inside, and so I can put it here in the orientation. It doesn't repel. But that's the tricky part, working out the north and south sides, so you can do that. Because all you do is one of your pairs is transposed, and suddenly it doesn't work, and you've screwed up your 20 hours of printing. So when in doubt, make sure your north and south are right before you glue them in. So that was a bit of a pain. But it's just so satisfying when you sit there and it just pulls itself in and locks in place. It's just such a nice, satisfying click. Nice fidget toy as well. So I'm going to look for a few more models that use magnets. I've got a whole drawer full of magnets now to use up. Cheaper to buy them in larger volumes, so I've got a whole drawer full.
Oh, you froze, Renee, or reading? Oh, there you moved.
Yep.
I'm reading. Sorry.
On this side, just this shelf. This whole shelf's 3D printed. They're all 3D printed, and of course the droids are 3D printed. But everything else is not. No, these aren't 3D printed. These not 3D printed. But this shelf and the 2 droids.
And see, you got Robbie the robot, and you got Robot from Lost in Space over to your.
Oh yeah,
right.
I've got. That's gonna work. Yeah. Yeah, I've got Robbie down there. I do have over the side. Where is he? Somewhere over here. Lost in Space.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. The big, all the Doctor Who stuff, as you do. Yeah. Battlestar Galactica, Star Trek, all the normal geeky crap,
Well, was that 007 thing with the swirly?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Royal Dalton Bulldog actually from Skyfall. The ugly bulldog.
Yeah.
The ugly bulldog at the end. That's the Royal Dalton one. Yeah.
What was it, like 6 or 7, maybe 8 years ago, that they made the last 5 or 6 episodes of Battlestar Galactica, and they finally found the planet they were looking for, and we come to finally find out that our descendants were the Cylons, not the other people that we thought were human. We created the Cylons, and I thought the Cylons were bad all along, but no, we created them. They were the ones that were going out there. That's back. In the newer series, that's when they looked humanoid.
Yeah, exactly. Unlike the old ones with the little skirt and the
the red light going back and forth.
Yeah, and the little skirt, which always confused the hell out of me. Why they got skirts on? The original songs.
So, but they were our descendants, or we were their descendants, however you say it.
Oh yeah, Wally's also not a 3D print. Yeah, there's I've got a couple of models of Wally to print off, but that's on the list. Bigger version. Yeah, Wally's still an awesome one. You always do a life size one. There is a Wally Builders Club, and there is a couple of full size Wallys running around.
Yeah, I had Sam on a long time ago when I interviewed him, and he had that one man, I can't remember his name, that came on that had a full-size Wally, and Wally was playing music, and I got demonetized, so I had to edit the music out of my video.
No, but that triangular track design is so good to look at, which is why I like doing the TiVo with the track design. Was quite nice. That orientation with the tracks was quite cool. Very much Wally-esque, which is quite good. I'd have to have a look. There's nothing.
Hey, Ken,
I have to
how you
check the
doing?
marks. I have to check the marks on that. Let's have a quick look.
Now you find out they're made in China.
Oh no, definitely not. The Dalton's definitely not made in China.
Taiwan then.
Yeah. It's just got the model number, the certification stamp, the Dalton logo, and a James Bond logo on the bottom. So, and the year of manufacture 2012, and the edition number DD007. But they definitely you may get Dalton knockoffs, but no, the Dalton is definitely not made in China.
Yeah, Virgin Galactic has a thing on Facebook I reposted a couple days ago where you can get enter for in a free drawing to go up on his rocket one of these days for free,
Yeah.
or you can spend like $5 and get 50 entries, or depending on how much money you spend, you get different entries in the contest, or you can do it for free. And Brandy's like, "Well, you're going by yourself. I'm not going up there, but I think it'd be cool." So it might help out my channel. Probably help out my channel quite a bit too. Jerry the astronaut.
Yeah, they'll all want you to go up, but no one wants you to come back. So I make the guarantee a one-way trip.
Yeah, have my life insurance all paid up.
That's it. That's what you want.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna go jump off because I'm, for some reason, really tired today.
Yeah, I've been kind of not. I don't know. I haven't been as lively as I normally am. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been almost an hour and a half. So instead of going 4 or 5 hours like I normally do, I think I'll call the stream, and we'll come back and do it again next week. So
no worries, Jerry.
Awesome. Always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I got a printer coming today. Kai Wu is sending me a printer. I'm either going to do a live stream on it or videos. I'm not sure yet. It'll probably end up being a live stream in a couple of days. So I have to wait and see what they send. And something has to be replaced. The hot end or something isn't quite right on it. So I'll wait till it comes today. I'll take a look and figure it out.
So they'll replace that, or because you know it's got a fault.
They said that they knew it was damaged. They're sending me out a replacement. So I don't know if this is a return unit to them they're mailing me or what. It's their max. So like 300 by 300 by 365 or something, the build volume, a little smaller than the CR10. So I'll wait and see when it gets here. But it's definitely on a truck headed to my house.
But they're sending you the printer and the part to fix it?
Yes, that's what they told me.
All right.
So hopefully they both come today, or it's in the box. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see when I get it. But thank you, everybody, for watching around the world or wherever you're at. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It was kind of a short stream today, but at least we streamed a little bit. So
yeah,
and,
that's the important thing.
Please like, subscribe, and share. Take care, guys. Everybody have a great day.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
See you guys. Stay safe.